rock climbing. In history, women were always have been perceived as the weaker sex, the weak link. This was usually biological because, women were thinner, tinier, more petite than the men who were strong, huge, buff, and muscular. And the perception was that running, throwing, striking, climbing activities were more difficult for her than the typical man. Because she just could not do any of that. She just was not built for it. Women were not expected to do any leisurely activity that involved strength, brawn, or anything that was, at the least, would make her seem stronger than she was. She was expected to be feminine. The history of rock climbing is pretty much self-explanatory. It started back then as a part of alpine mountaineering. So it was heavily dominated by men. Heavily. Women were not even considered as part of rock climbing back then either. It started near the 17th century, and when women were actually acknowledged for rock climbing. And back then, I want to say that the women were more like the cheerleaders, the ones that encouraged their manly men to go climb and prove their strength to the world. Nowadays, it's much more different. Women are now seen more with power, with more capabilities. I believe that rock climbing now is pretty much a gender-blind sport. By that I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I think that women have as much capabilities as men. This activity definitely plays into the traditional ideals of leisure, because I see that as like football, rugby, all the rough sports, and I consider rock climbing as something rough, challenging, and involves a lot of strength, which that word is so closely related to men. And just like in Disney movies, the strong, valiant hero, there's rarely any heroines who climb tall castles and fight dragons to get their princesses, And biologically speaking, men are way more built than women for this sport. You need a lot of upper body strength. And I see men as really good with upper body. It's like they do push-ups, and you see them posing for their bodybuilding competitions, which women are in also. But I see women more, a typical woman, to be stronger with the legs and thighs. I haven't participated in this activity before because it just hasn't come to my mind. I don't think, hey, let's go out Friday and rock climb for fun, because first of all, it costs money, and it's just not as traditional as, watching a movie or going to the mall. But I definitely enjoyed this experience. I think I didn't do it before because I was shy. I didn't want to be embarrassed if I failed in front of my friends, or I didn't want to seem weak in general. I'm a really competitive person, and I hate losing, so I probably just didn't do that.
Carrie, climbing.
How did this activity challenge me? Okay, well, I was terrified when I first got on there. I didn't think I was strong enough. I totally felt like I was weak because my friends were racing and I didn't join them. I was afraid. I am afraid of heights, and I did not trust that string to hold me. I could not just lean back and fall. It took a while for me to be able to learn how to do that. I felt really proud of myself when I finally finished. I did my best and I finished. At first, second, third, fourth, I failed. I fell off so many times doing that hardest rock, but I did it, and I was so happy. I thought, I'm a girl, I could do it, and not that I shouldn't be able to, but it's just, my friends, the guys, they were amazed. They were like, wow, Carrie's so strong. I didn't know she was that strong, but I didn't find myself saying that about them because I kind of expected them to. It's like a stereotype. The guys are strong and the girls are weak and frail and we can't compete against them. But I was able to do that. I had fun. I would definitely participate in this activity again. It was fun. I was so proud of myself. My arms were so sore, but it was all worth it.
Hey, you got it. Pretty much. Hit it. Hit the ball. I can't reach it.
Dang, Tomb Raider over here.